No, don't clap. We waste time with clapping. When I decided I was then going to buy a car, I went to buy a used car. What did I do in those 4 years? I will go to meeting in banks and everything. What will I do? Charter a taxi. How much am I paying? It's per hour. The hours I'm using the taxi is what I pay for. When I'm not using it, if the car breaks down on the road, whose problem is it? I do not have a budget for mechanic, for driver and all of that. I have budget for ride per hour. I've sectionalized my cost to the last minute. When I will buy a car, I could afford a brand new car. I already told you I was already doing 150,000 turnover. But I could not buy it. Even though I could afford it in cash, I really could not afford it. Why could I not afford it? I was in a manufacturing business that required machinery. It was the time and the season when girls like me, this was a young girl, nobody was going to borrow me money. I was a young business. Nigerian banks were not serving my age group then. It was only multinational and big companies they were serving. So I knew that. So I could only grow in my business organically, which meant I had to retain all my resources in my business. So when I was going to buy a car, I was not trying to impress anybody. I bought a used car. Shebi is to move from point A. What is a car? A tool. To move from point A to point B. That's all. A taxi did the same for me. Meanwhile, in those 4 years when I was doing that, I was buying machines. When I bought the used car, I used most of the money to also buy machines, in fact, I almost gave my father a heart attack. Because at a point, I was so distressed with the fact that I had opportunities I couldn't take because I didn't have the machineries to do it. And then one of my clients saw me one day, saw I was miserable. But the man liked me because he had 3 daughters.